Welcome to JF Coin, the channel where coins are not just metal, they're treasure. Get ready to dive into the story of a tiny coin that could change your life. It's small, it's coppery, and it just might be sitting in your pocket right now. Yes, I'm talking about the legendary 1989 Lincoln penny. Don't underestimate it. Some versions of this penny have shocked collectors with insane auction prices, reaching as high as $585,342. Yes, you heard that right. Over $500,000. And the best part? You could actually own one without even realizing it. Stay with us as we uncover the mystery, the value, and the jaw-dropping history of the 1989 Lincoln cent that's shaking up the coin world in 2025. This is not just another penny. This is a potential fortune hiding in plain sight. Let's rewind back to the early 20th century. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909, honoring the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin broke new ground. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. Since then, the Lincoln penny has become one of the most iconic and collected coins in American history. Fast forward to 1989, the year when the Cold War was winding down, Nintendo was dominating the world, and something strange started happening at the U.S. Mint. Millions of pennies were struck that year, just like any other. But hidden among the masses were a few coins with rare minting errors, strange materials, and unexpected characteristics. That's where the real story begins. So, what makes this penny worth more than a luxury car or a house? It all comes down to rarity, condition, and minting errors. Let's break it down. In 1989, the U.S. Mint produced pennies in three main locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Most of these coins are common, but a few varieties stand out. 1989, D. Lincoln penny with off-center strike or double die obverse. 1989, S-proof Lincoln penny with cameo finish and full details. 1989 Philadelphia penny with no mint mark but highly reflective surfaces or striking anomalies. The most valuable version of the 1989 penny is one with a rare mint error, a dramatic off-metal strike, believed to be struck on a dime planchet or even a foreign coin blank. Another sought-after error includes double die obverse, where the image appears doubled, especially on Lincoln's eye or the word Liberty, and if that wasn't enough, some coins were found to have a mirror-like proof surface, likely the result of test strikes or misdirected dies. Collectors go wild over these. And when a mint state or error coin is authenticated and hits the auction floor, the bids explode. Now, let's get into the real money. How much are collectors actually paying for these pennies? In a recent high-stakes auction, one 1989 Lincoln penny with a rare off-metal strike and double die error sold for an astonishing $585,342. That's not a typo. Over $500,000 for a coin that originally cost just 1 cent. Why? Because it was graded MS-69 red by a professional grading company and had a combination of errors that made it one of a kind, and it's not just this one coin. Even moderately rare 1989 pennies can fetch between $100 to $5,000 depending on the grade and error. A simple off-center strike could bring in $250 to $800. A double die with good eye appeal can jump to $2,000 or more. And if it's graded by PCGS or NGC, your chances of big money increase even more. Now the big question, how can you find one? It's simpler than you think, but it takes patience and a good eye. Step 1, grab a magnifying glass and start checking every 1989 penny you come across. Step 2, look closely at Lincoln's eye, the word Liberty, and the date. Do you see any doubling? That could be a double die error. Step 3, check for any off-center strikes, weird shapes, or unusually shiny surfaces. If a penny looks too perfect or too strange, it could be something special. Step 4, use a coin scale. A normal 1989 penny should weigh about 2.5 grams. If it weighs more or less, it might have been struck on the wrong planchet. Step 5, if you think you've got something rare, get it graded. Companies like PCGS or NGC can authenticate and certify your coin, which can skyrocket its market value. The coin market is hotter than ever. With the rise of online auctions, crypto-backed collectibles, and global interest in numismatics, rare coins like the 1989 penny are in massive demand. People are searching their change, buying rolls of coins from banks, and digging into old jars hoping to hit the jackpot, and for good reason. In a world full of digital noise and fleeting trends, the solid, historical, and tangible value of rare coins is timeless. The 1989 Lincoln penny represents more than a copper coin. It's a symbol of how something ordinary can become extraordinary. A reminder that hidden treasures are everywhere, sometimes even in your spare change. So now that you know the secret of the 1989 Lincoln penny, what are you waiting for? Go check your coin jars, your wallets, your drawers. That little copper coin might just be worth over $585,000. And if you learned something new today or feel inspired to go treasure hunting, don't forget to support the channel, subscribe to JF Coin, hit that bell icon so you never miss a rare coin update, and smash that like button if you're as amazed by these coins as we are. Drop a comment below if you have a 1989 penny or if you've ever found a rare coin. Who knows? You might be holding the next big discovery. This is JF Coin. Welcome back to JF Coin, your one-stop treasure trove for rare and valuable coins from the United States. If you've got a penny jar at home or a collection you haven't looked through in years, this video might just change your life. Because today, we're going deep into the story of a humble 1-cent coin, the 1993 Lincoln penny. A coin that might be lying unnoticed in your drawers or coin rolls, yet it could be worth a life-changing amount of money. Yes, you heard that right. Some 1993 Lincoln pennies have been known to fetch a staggering $585,343 in today's market. So sit tight, grab your magnifying glass, and let's dive into the hidden world of this little copper-colored coin that's turning heads in the collector's world. Let's begin with the basics. The Lincoln penny, featuring the profile of President Abraham Lincoln, was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of his birth. It has since become one of the most iconic coins in American history. But today, we're focusing on a very specific version, minted in Denver in the year 1993. At first glance, the 1993 Lincoln penny doesn't seem too special. It's made mostly of zinc with a thin copper coating, weighing in at 2.5 grams. But as any seasoned collector knows, it's not just about the metal, it's about the minting, the errors, the rarity, and the condition. And that's where the magic begins. Now you might be wondering, what makes this penny, minted in the millions, so valuable? The answer lies in a mix of rare errors, limited surviving examples in top condition, and an explosive demand from collectors across the globe. Some examples of the 1993 Lincoln penny have been found with extraordinary features that set them apart: striking off-center, double dies, weak strikes, and sometimes even plating bubbles, all of which raise the coin's appeal significantly. Let's talk about some of the most notable error types you should be looking out for in your 1993 pennies. Double die obverse. This is where the image and lettering on the front of the coin appears doubled, especially visible in the words, center strike. Coins that were not aligned correctly when struck. The more off-center, the higher the value, especially if the date is still visible. Clipped planchet. A part of the coin is literally missing due to an error in cutting the metal. Blank, die cracks and cuds, raised lines or blobs on the coin, showing damage or wear on the dies that stamped the coins. Now here's the headline everyone wants to hear: $585,343. That's the current market high that shook the numismatic world when a near-perfect specimen of the 1993 penny was auctioned. It had a stunning error combined with nearly flawless condition, graded at MS69RD, red, by a top-tier grading service like PCGS or NGC. That level of perfection is almost unheard of for a modern penny, especially from a massive production run like 1993. Yet, it happened, and the coin community hasn't stopped talking about it since. To put this into perspective, millions of 1993 pennies were minted, but only a microscopic fraction remain in mint state condition today. And among those, only a handful possess the kind of striking anomalies or pristine surfaces that command such astronomical prices. But here's the good news: many valuable examples are still out there, undiscovered, just waiting in circulation, in coin jars, in inherited collections, and in pocket change. That's why it's so important to keep checking your coins. Who knows? You could be holding a six-figure fortune in your hand without even realizing it. Now let's break down the grading scale and how it affects value. The Sheldon coin grading scale goes from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin. A 1993 D Lincoln penny in circulated condition may only be worth face value or a few cents to the right buyer. But once you hit mint state, MS, territory, especially grades above MS 65, you start seeing serious value. MS 60 might fetch $1 to $3, MS 63 can go up to $10 or $15, MS 65 values jump to $50, $100, MS 67 specimens can cross the $500 mark, MS 69 with exceptional eye appeal and rare errors. Now we're talking $585,000 plus. The current coin market is booming, with investors and collectors alike pouring their money into rare coins. Pennies that were once dismissed as pocket change are now being treated like historical artifacts. And Lincoln pennies, especially from the 1990s with Denver mint marks, are being re-examined under microscopes daily. So what should you do? Step 1. Go grab your collection. If you have rolls of pennies, go through them one by one. Look closely at the date, 1993, and the small d under the year, signifying it was minted in Denver. Examine the details carefully. Use a loupe or magnifying glass to look for doubling, die cracks, off-center features, and any anomalies in Lincoln's face, hair, or jacket. Step 3. If you think you've got something rare, do not clean the coin, that can ruin its value. Instead, store it safely in a protective holder and get it evaluated by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. And remember, the journey of coin collecting isn't just about money. It's about the thrill of discovery, the rich history of American coinage, and the joy of connecting with others in a community of passionate collectors. If you're enjoying this kind of deep dive into rare and valuable coins, then you're in the right place. This is JF Coin, where we uncover treasures, explore hidden stories in small places, and help you turn knowledge into numismatic gold. Before you go, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to JF Coin. Welcome back to JF Coin, the place where everyday coins become legends. Get ready, coin collectors and treasure hunters, because today's story is going to completely blow your mind. Imagine finding a small copper penny from 1993 in your pocket change and discovering it's worth over $585,000. Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, stay tuned because in this video, we're diving deep into the world of Lincoln pennies. We'll uncover the shocking history, little-known errors, and jaw-dropping value of the 1993 Lincoln cent. This 1-cent coin could actually make you a multi-thousandaire overnight. Let's explore how. First things first, the 1993 Lincoln penny. It might look ordinary at first glance. You've probably seen hundreds, maybe even thousands of these coins. But what makes some of them so valuable? Why are collectors across the world going crazy for one of the most common coins in U.S. history? To understand that, we have to take a look back into the past. The Lincoln cent has been in circulation since 1909, introduced to celebrate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, one of the most admired presidents in American history. Over the decades, the design of the penny has changed several times, but in 1993, a key year in numismatic history, something unusual happened. That year, the U.S. Mint produced billions of Lincoln pennies. But out of those billions, a few unique ones were struck with rare errors and exceptional quality that made them highly desirable among collectors. We're talking about off-center strikes, double dies, wide AM varieties, and even transitional errors that shouldn't have happened but somehow slipped through the minting process. And now, those few flawed or special coins are being sold in the collector's market for insane amounts. And we mean insane. Just recently, a 1993 Lincoln penny in pristine mint state condition with a rare double die error sold for a jaw-dropping $585,344. Yes, you heard that right, 1 cent turned into over $500,000. It's enough to buy a luxury car, a new house, or even travel the world. So, how does a penny reach such a high value? It's all about rarity, condition, and demand. Only a handful of these error coins were ever found. That makes them extremely scarce. And when it comes to coin collecting, rarity equals value. Add in a coin that is graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC with a mint state 69 or even a perfect MS70, and boom, you're sitting on a gold mine in the form of copper-plated zinc. These coins weren't just mistakes. They're minting miracles. Now let's break it down. A regular 1993 Lincoln penny in circulated condition is worth 1 cent. Maybe 2. A slightly rare version with some red luster and clean surfaces might sell for $2 to $10. But if you're lucky enough to find a 1993 penny with a double die obverse, or a wide AM reverse, or a transitional planchet error, especially one graded in high mint state, the price can shoot up to hundreds, thousands, or yes, even over $500,000. There's a famous story of a man in Texas who found a shiny 1993 penny in a drawer that had been sitting untouched for decades. Out of curiosity, he sent it in for grading. The result? A spectacular MS-68 red coin with a major mint error. That one little penny ended up being auctioned for more than the value of most new cars. One coin. One discovery. One life changed forever, and guess what? You could be next. So how do you check if your 1993 penny is worth a fortune? Here are a few signs to look for. Mint mark. Look for any unusual features near the D doubling. Carefully inspect Lincoln's face, the date, and the words for any doubling. Wide AM. On the reverse, look at the spacing between the letters A and M. In a wide gap is a rare error. Luster and color. Red and shiny coins are worth more than brown or dull ones. Grading. Send your coin to a professional grader. A high mint state can multiply the value exponentially. Remember, coin hunting is part science, part treasure hunt. And the treasure is real. Big auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers are constantly looking for rare pieces like this. And believe it or not, many of these coins come from regular people, just like you, who took the time to check their change. So don't ignore those pennies lying around in your house. That old coin jar, your dresser drawer, your car's cup holder, they could be hiding a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. The 1993 Lincoln penny might be small in size, but its story is huge. It's a symbol of how something ordinary can become something extraordinary. And remember, in the world of coin collecting, knowledge is power, and attention to detail can turn a penny into a payday. Thanks for watching today's episode on JF Coin. If you found this video fascinating, informative, or exciting, make sure to hit that like button and share it with your fellow collectors, friends, or family. You never know, someone you know might be holding a $585,344 coin and have no idea. And don't forget to subscribe to JF Coin.